company, always on the run, a destiny, oh, it's the rising sun. I was born a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me bad company. I can't deny.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Blitz here for another edition of Superstars of the Ring. With me as always, Sir Ian Shire. Folks, we're just 2 short weeks away from Stampede 2012. But before we get to more information on that, I want to talk a little bit about Hayden Price.
Oh God.
I love it, don't you?
No, I don't. What do you have to say about Mr. Flash and Cash?
Well, it's not what I had to say, it's what Hayden had to say. Recently we were informed of the fact that he has been granted an opportunity at the Southern States Heavyweight Championship.
What?
And, you know,
who booked this? Who? What on?
Committee.
Oh my God!
Commissioner Richard Marshall.
Oh, big old fat Richard. Yes. This must have been his handiwork, of course.
Well,
why is Hayden Price getting a shot at the Southern States title? Why is Sir Ian Shire not getting a shot at the Southern States title? I beat Jonathan Wells when he was the Southern States champion.
Oh my God! We gotta go through this again. Listen.
I beat Jonathan Wells, and now he's wrestling that pompous, rockin' old Chris Turner, and they're having the controversial ending where he did the future shock to Rockin' Old after Rockin' Old took the coward's way out and put his foot on the ropes. I would never do anything like that.
Let me ask
put
you
my
a question,
foot on the
Shire.
ropes.
How's your hair? Enough said. Folks, Hayden had these words concerning this good news, so let's go ahead and hear what he has to say right now.
Oh, hey, speaking of hair, did your mother do that for you?
Alright folks, we are backstage at another big CCW event, and we have a major announcement concerning my guest this time, Flash and Cash, Hayden Price.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Hayden Price, welcome. Always a pleasure, my friend.
What's going on?
It has just been announced by the Championship Committee that you have earned a title shot for the Southern States title against Scotty Biggs.
How sweet is that?
It's awesome.
I mean, out of the whole entire time that I've been working in CCW, this is something I always wanted to get. To get my opportunity to get this title taken home with me, to go with all my gold at home. Feel me? So, let's do this, man. It's business. This is what I was born to do. CCW, here I come. Southern States Championship, it's all me. You know what I mean?
Scotty Biggs better be on his toes.
Better be.
Folks, big announcement. Lots of things happening here in CCW. For Flash and Cash, this is Brian Blitz. We will see you at ringside.
Who cares what Hayden Price has to say, except for these little peasants out here. Oh, yeah, Hayden, and we're going to clap a rockin' old Chris Turner.
Well, they're the ones that should care.
Nobody cares about Hayden Price, especially when we're on the heels of Stampede. Do you not
Stampede
realize that Stampede was where I debuted here in CCW?
So did the Russian Terror.
Who?
What's he ever done?
Well, he did get eliminated very quickly.
More than once.
I remember Fat Avery kicking his butt all around the turnpost for a little while there, for all of 30 seconds.
I don't think he remembers that match was short.
Does he even speak English?
Let's move along. Folks, this week's match is a vintage match. It concerns the long-reigning and very, very controversial at sometimes Dynasty and their tag team, the Wranglers. The original Wranglers, mind you. Jamie McKinnon. We're going to be seeing some of him.
Past Superstar of the Week here.
Yes. And current Wrangler, John Douglas. They're going to be taking
the
on...
true holder of the tag team title, I might add.
Marx Brothers are still
along with, you know, Rob Justice. He should have. They never should have been beaten.
That is another
The
show.
Marx Brothers cheated the Dynasty out of their title. We've had Buck Buchanan on here discussing it. And then, of course, you know, well, speaking of the
Hayden's
current
way on here.
holders of the titles, I've got a surprise for you later, buddy boy. But we'll get to it after we do the match flashback.
Little sketchy if your surprises as of late.
Sketchy.
Folks, the original Wranglers, John Douglas and Jamie McKinnon, taking on Rock and Roll Chris Turner.
I've got the eye of the tiger.
Got some tiger blood. And his tag team partner at the time, JJ Ace. It is in a steel cage, and it's a brilliant match. Let's go ahead and take a look at it right now.
Steel cage match is a very dangerous match. Did I ever tell you that my first match ever was in a steel cage? I'll tell you while we're watching the match.
The Russian Folks, let's go to the action now.
Fans, this week we bring you a blast from the past CCW Tag Team Championship match in a cage. Then current Tag Team Champions Rock and Roll Chris Turner and Devil Dog JJ Ace defending against the Wranglers, John Douglas and Jamie McKinnon, and the match is underway as Jamie McKinnon and John Douglas try to attack Rock and Roll and JJ Ace. Yet Rock and Roll and JJ Ace seem to got the better hand. Rock and Roll with an elbow to the head of John Douglas, and JJ Ace pounding fist to the head of Jamie McKinnon into the turnbuckle, shoots him off into the steel cage. Chris Turner shoots off John Douglas off the cage, and there's the lovely then CCW Women's Champion Storm you see at ringside accompanying JJ Ace and Rock and Roll Chris Turner. There you see Rock and Roll with a fist to the head of John Douglas, a fist to the abdomen, elbow to the head. JJ Ace climbs the top rope and starts pounding on the forehead of Jamie McKinnon as Chris Turner throws hard chops to the chest of John Douglas, brings him out of the corner, drop kicks him in the head. As Jamie McKinnon's just standing there lost, it looks like, down to the mat he goes, face first. Chris Turner pounding fist into the forehead of John Douglas. On the assault is the current champions at the time. Jamie McKinnon and John Douglas right now struggling. John Douglas with a fist to Chris Turner and a forearm to the back as John Douglas looks to be trying to take over on Rock and Roll Chris Turner. He throws him into the steel cage, although JJ Ace right on the assault afterwards shoots John Douglas off. The referee just barely makes it out in time. John Douglas down to the mat. Chris Turner now turns his attention to Jamie McKinnon, goes on the attack on the leg of Jamie McKinnon. JJ Ace dropping an elbow on John Douglas there in the background, fans. Fans, this is again a cage match, blast from the past. We apologize for any video and audio difficulties, as this is a tape that is a blast from the past. Fans, there you see JJ Ace heading across. No, he's getting out of the ring. Jamie McKinnon out of the ring. And now Rock and Roll Chris Turner and John Douglas, the two legal men in the ring, in the cage at this point in time. Chris Turner on the attack. Looks like he's scraping and raking across the forehead of John Douglas. Couldn't quite tell from this vantage point. Rock and Roll shoots him off of the ropes, catches him with a back elbow, and down goes John Douglas. The crowd yelling and chanting "Opie" at John Douglas. Chris Turner takes him into the corner with his forehead slammed to the turnbuckle. JJ Ace tags in. They shoot him off the corner, off the rope. Double back elbow, and down goes John Douglas. Chris Turner climbs out of the ring, and now the legal man in the ring is JJ Ace, at least on the behalf of the current tag team champions at the time. John Douglas down to the mat again. Devil Dog JJ Ace on the attack, mounting an assault on John Douglas. Looks like he's got a claw in the trapezius muscles of John Douglas, possibly trying to get him to submit. Jamie McKinnon climbing on the rope, trying to reach in and get a tag, but referee seen him and he's admonishing him. Storm back over there and harassing a little bit on Jamie McKinnon as JJ Ace pounds fist after fist after fist into the head of John Douglas. John Douglas heading over to the opposite turnbuckle, trying to tag out when there's no one there to tag out to. Nice snapmare out of the corner. Goes for a pin. Only a 2 count. Jamie McKinnon comes in and makes the save. Elbow by JJ Ace. Tags in Chris Turner. John Douglas down flat of his back on the mat. Both men pick him up. Looks like it's going to be a double team. Yes, it is. They shoot him off the ropes. Double clothesline. Down goes John Douglas again. Chris Turner with a knee to the head. Going for a pin. Only gets a 1, possibly a 2. Jamie McKinnon pushes the ref over for some reason. Don't know what that was about, but nonetheless, it was done. Chris Turner going for a pin. The crowd yelling and chanting rock and roll, rock and roll. John Douglas grabs the leg. Kick to the thigh of of Chris Turner, does John Douglas. Going and taunting the fans. Chris Turner gets back to a vertical base, but gets shoulder blocked right in the abdomen by Jamie McKinnon over there. JJ Ace comes in quickly behind the referee's back and attacks John Douglas, but only gets 1 or 2 hits in. The ref's now getting him out. That gives Jamie McKinnon time to come in and illegally attack rock and roll Chris Turner, raking the knee pad across the eyes once and then stomping on his hand. Jamie McKinnon now getting out as the referee turns around and sees him. He admonishes Jamie McKinnon. Jamie McKinnon kind of spouts back at him. John Douglas over assaulting Chris Turner in the background there. Has him up. Shoots him off the ring ropes. Sunset flip by Chris Turner. John Douglas not wanting to go down. He's weebling. He's wobbling. He won't go down. Yes, he will go down. 1, 2. A 2 count in a pinning attempt. Nice hip toss there by rock and roll Chris Turner on John Douglas, and John Douglas goes down. You know, it was kind of close to an arm drag there, but it was definitely a hip toss. Oh! John Douglas's head slammed into the turnbuckle not once but twice by Chris Turner. The fans, you can see it through the camera angle. John Douglas just mule kick, low blowed rock and roll Chris Turner. Chris Turner now down on the mat in agony and pain, I can rest assure you, fans. John Douglas now picks him up, starts biting on his forehead. I don't know what the purpose of the biting is for, possibly trying to rip some of the skin off, of course, of Chris Turner's forehead, but nonetheless, I wouldn't be wanting to bite on a sweaty dude's head. Grabs him back into the corner. Kick to the gut by Jamie McKinnon. Shoots rock and roll off the ring ropes. Clothesline, no, he ducks. Rock and roll with one of his own, immediately spins out of it and tags JJ Ace in. We're at about the 8-minute mark, fans. JJ Ace coming in like a house of fire. Drop kick on both Wranglers. Down goes Douglas. JJ Ace on the assault, on the attack of Jamie McKinnon. Beating fist into the back, fist into the side. Both men, JJ Ace and Jamie McKinnon, attempted to climb the ropes. JJ slammed his head into the steel cage. Jamie McKinnon still climbing. JJ goes up with him. JJ has his head. He's pounding on it with his fist. And now he slammed it into that upper steel post, steel pipe on that cage at the top. And he's now back on the attack, pounding fist after fist after fist into the forehead, draped over the top rope as Jamie McKinnon in dire pain, I can guarantee you that as well. JJ Ace down to try to attack again, going for another fist. Yes, he does. 2 fists, 3 fists. Jamie McKinnon reaches up, rakes the eyes, throws JJ Ace down to the mat, and is fixing to look like he's coming back in. No, he falls back in. Both men down, Devil Dog JJ Ace and Jamie McKinnon on the mat. Referee checking on JJ Ace. Goes over, kind of looks at Wrangler Jamie McKinnon there. Both men appear to be willing to continue on and able to continue on. JJ Ace down on the mat. Jamie McKinnon up. Dropped. Falling headbutt on JJ Ace. Another drop. Another falling headbutt on JJ Ace. Off the ropes. A third falling headbutt. Jamie McKinnon was shaking the cobwebs out. He about knocked himself out on that third one. Jamie McKinnon back into the corner, stomping on the forehead of JJ Ace. Jamie McKinnon, the Wranglers, in complete control of the match at this point in time, fans. Shoots him off the ropes. Clothesline, down goes JJ Ace again. Going for the pin. Only a 2 count. JJ Ace somehow finds the will and the determination to kick out of that pin attempt. Jamie McKinnon back up, grabbing him. Lifts him up. Goes over and tags John Douglas in. Kick to the gut. Another double team. What are we going to see here, fans? Double shoulder tackle on JJ Ace by the Wranglers, John Douglas and Jamie McKinnon. Chris Turner desperately wanting in. To no avail, though. Referee now over counting Jamie McKinnon, needing him to get out of the ring. Jamie just standing there looking at him. Now he climbs out of the ring. John Douglas picking up JJ Ace. Fixing to mount an attack again. Blocked by JJ Ace with a fist. Down goes John Douglas. Down goes JJ. Both men down on the mat. JJ on his knees. Crawling over to the ring ropes, trying to pull himself up. Jamie McKinnon coming in. Double axe handle to the back. Chris Turner in. Jamie McKinnon points it out to the ref. Drapes JJ Ace's leg over the second rope. And does a hangman type maneuver with his leg across the back of JJ Ace's head. Jamie McKinnon once again not the legal man at that point. John Douglas now back over on the attack. Taking JJ Ace's head and raking it across the fencing of that steel cage. You know what happens when that goes on. Face versus steel doesn't win on the face side, I can tell you that, fans. Another tag. Jamie McKinnon in now. Jamie McKinnon on the attack. Big chop in the corner. Goes over and taunts Chris Turner as Chris Turner comes in and tries to make the save, and John Douglas over attacking JJ Ace the whole time. Chris Turner still trying to come back in. Jamie McKinnon going over to go on the assault again. Fist to the head. John Douglas over there taunting JJ Ace. Jamie McKinnon coming in with a double axe handle. JJ Ace catches him in the gut with a fist. Another one. Catches John Douglas with one. Back to Jamie McKinnon. Back to John Douglas. Back to Jamie McKinnon. Grabs them both. Smashes their foreheads together. JJ desperately needed to make a tag, but didn't have enough in him to get over as Jamie McKinnon comes back and kicks him right to the side of the head. Now rakes the eyes. Goes over and tags John Douglas again. He pulls something. Fans, he took something out of his knee brace. It looks like the metal on the side of a knee brace. It is, fans. He's over pounding on the forehead or the head of JJ Ace. The referee over trying to get to Chris Turner. Chris Turner gets out of the... shoots off. Oh, man. The ref was just laid out. Chris Turner with a rock and drop on John Douglas. 1, 2, 3. The champions still win, but there's no ref. There's a 6 count by Chris Turner. The second ref needs to get in and get some order here restored. Rock and roll. Chris Turner goes on the attack of Jamie McKinnon now. John Douglas out. Jamie McKinnon hits Chris Turner in the head with that steel from that brace. Continues the onslaught with that steel on JJ Ace. Now back over to Chris Turner. Yes, he caught it in the throat of Chris Turner. The second referee over checking on him. The fans, that's still bashing into the head. Has to be lacerating them. Storm's in the ring with a steel chair. What is she about to do? Ah, she waylays Jamie McKinnon in the back and immediately makes a retreat back out of the ring smartly. John Douglas just knocked out the second ref over there. Now there's no refs, no law, no order in this match at this point in time. The Wranglers, Jamie McKinnon with a steel piece from a knee brace, just gouging everyone with it. They just threw the steel chair down in the ring. John Douglas is signaling for a pile driver. Jamie McKinnon goes over, lifts up JJ Ace, pounds him a couple of times. Oh, fans, this is going to be bad. There he goes, puts his head between the legs, setting him up, lifting him up. Spike pile driver onto the steel chair. That has to do some vertebral damage to JJ Ace. Throws the steel chair out of the way. Goes over and assaults Chris Turner one more time as John Douglas is getting the ref. It's going to end like this. This is bad. Looks like new champions are about to be crowned back then. 1, 2, 3, yes.
A company always on the run. A destiny, oh, it's the rising sun. I was born, a shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny.
There you have it.
That's what I like to see in CCW, a happy ending.
Happy ending to a steel cage match. Legendary Wranglers once again becoming World Tag Team Champions, albeit in controversial fashion.
Controversial?
It was a steel cage.
No, what was controversial is how rock and roll Chris Turner took the coward's way out against Jonathan Wells by putting his foot on the ropes. I would never do such a thing.
What match were you watching?
A couple of weeks ago, we had it on here when, Showtime filled in for us because you had problems getting on the airplane.
Oh, because my passport is valid and somebody else couldn't get through TSA.
I got through just fine.
Yeah, we know you had illegal tea on there. I'm pretty sure Buck had something to do with that.
Let's not bring up Uncle Buck right now.
Well, folks, we are just about out of time for this edition of Superstars.
Before we leave, though, I have a very special gift for all you peasants out there and my good friend Biscuits here.
Here we go.
Now, last week, We had a little bit of a little bit here where I admit I'm a bit jealous of the Army of Darkness and Samantha Steele and all the successes she has. She's the current women's champion. She's one of the most domineering figures here. She has the new minions here in CCW, just running rampant, running rough shots over the Marx Brothers, taking the title belts away from them.
I'm just outright creeped out and want nothing to do with that.
Well, I wrote her a very long-winded email, and she accepted my apology, and accepts the fact that, you know, copying someone is, you know, the greatest form of flattery. So, as a gift to us, and especially to you, she wanted to make sure you were here personally for this. She has brought to us one of her new minions, Demonic, and you get to be the very first person to interview Demonic here in Continental Championship Wrestling. Let me go give him right. Yes, come here. My good friend Demonic. Look here, my good friend. He's very, very high strung, he's a very intense individual, Biscuits, but you have a fun time with this, and I'm going to go and get my tea, like you said now. Goodbye, Biscuits, goodbye.
Folks, for Demonic, Syrian Shire,